Okay, so I really wanted to tell you that, um, I like metal music,
Uh-huh.
and I kind of like rap music a bit, I guess. Like, I really like Post Malone. But last week, Sean was like, Val, you have to, not last week, this weekend, we're Wednesday. Oh my God, I'm so lost. So he told me, you have to listen to the new Machine Gun Kelly album. And I'm like, I don't like him at all. Okay, for real, I'm not even sure when's the last time that I've listened to an album on repeat all day for like a week. I'm obsessed with the album. I already know like all the songs by heart. It's so good.
Is it really different from his normal stuff then?
Yes, it's basically punk rock. The drummer on the album is just Travis Barker from Blink 182. So basically, this album is like everything I used to listen in high school, and I'm really excited about it. Like, it's so good.
You have to, who's a band that you said they're like Blink 182?
The
Or this
drummer
album
from,
sounds like it?
yeah, kind of. But yeah, the drummer in the Machine Gun Kelly album is Travis Barker from Blink 182. Like,
Oh, okay.
just, drumming legend. Nothing,
What's
nobody else.
what style is Machine Gun Kelly usually? Because they're not rock
Usually he's a
then.
rapper, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think
So this is
he's
like
like
totally different.
yup. Because Sean was like, oh, but you really like this song where he sings with Halsey.
Uh-huh.
Um, she's a
I love Halsey. I've seen her in concert a few times.
Oh my God, Sean loves
Maybe
her
one.
so much. Like,
She's good.
he loves her so much. I'm like, I'm not jealous because I mean, she's amazing and she looks gorgeous. But I'm like, do you still think I'm pretty? But so yeah, there's a song with Halsey and it's really, really good. But I thought it was just like a one-off. No, the whole album is punk rock. This is basically my teenage years.
I'll have to
So
listen to it. You'll have to
yes.
send me a link to the album. Is it on Spotify? Their new
Yep.
album?
Yeah, I'll send you a link. And like there's a song um with Bert from the Youth, which is like my high school band. And yeah, the song is so good. The whole album is just so good. And he I'm I don't know if it's anywhere else than YouTube, but he made like a short movie. It's like a 50 minutes movie to go with his album. It's so good.
That's awesome.
It's really good. I'm really excited about it. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. Like, really random, but I'm so excited about this. Like, I actually like MGK. I didn't think I would say that someday. I'm obsessed right now. I haven't been listening to anything else for like 5 days now.
You have everything memorized?
Yes. And he's dating Megan Fox now. Just like the most gorgeous person on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Already out of water, and we just started. It's gonna be fun.
And your cat. I love your cat in the background.
Oh yeah, my I have 4 cats, and one of them has a. Okay, that's gonna be a fun one to pronounce. Thyroid problem. Thyroid. Anyway, something in the throat. And I'm out of medication for her, so I had to take her to the vet where my sister works so that they could run blood tests and everything else. So she spent the day with my sister at the vet because my sister was working. And I had to I spoke too much French today. I cannot think in English. I have to translate everything in my head before I talk. So I went to have dinner with my parents because it's spring break. So, and I wanted them to see the kids because they don't really see them that much because of COVID. And then I went back to get my cat. And poor thing, she was in her little crate for the car. And I put her on the seat next to me because the kids were in the back and there was not enough space for the crate. And she was just like trying to reach me with her little paw. Like, poor baby, she missed me.
Is she like a really lovable cat? Is she one of the ones
Yes.
that's like
She used to be
cuddle
a
one?
potato. Okay, let me see if I can show you a picture. I don't think you understand the level of potato-ness of this cat. Like, she she's not, honestly, she's not doing really well right now. This is why I had, her checked at the vet. But I want this cat to live forever. She sounds like a 70-year-old lady who has been smoking her whole life. Like, meow. Okay, let me try to find it.
How old is she?
I think she's turning 10 this year. I have too many pictures of Sean's cat. My cat. Okay, you were gonna tell me about Supernatural. Tell me about it while I look for this picture.
I'm still on season 1, so I'm not moving. I'm watching. Okay, me and my shows. So Supernatural, I'm on episode. I don't know, I'm probably on episode like 9 or something, but which isn't very far in season 1. But it is starting to get a little bit more of a storyline. Like it is starting to kind of like pull in things from the past a little bit, because the first episodes were so like, there's this, and now there's this, and now we're gonna go chase this, and it was just very like sporadic. But I feel like now there's starting to be some more character development and some like learning more about the past and learning more about the relationship to each other.
The real question.
I don't have a favorite yet.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't decide. I mean,
really?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, yay, Team Sam. And then other times I'm like, no, Sam, you're kind of a wimp. I kind of like Dean. You're more like just badass and cool. Like, yeah. And sometimes I don't know. Sam is so like boyish, but I kind of like Sam's hair some days. And then I'm just like, I don't know. So I'm just, I
found
can't
it.
decide.
Okay, let me try to show it to you. But now she's really skinny because of her thyroid problem. My sister told me that she lost like 10 pounds in a year. Apparently that's a lot. But she used to be a chunker, and now she's like, I'm afraid to break her.
Aww.
Yeah, so, but they're gonna fix her medication and she should be fine. I hope so, because this cat has to be eternal.
No kidding. So, yeah, I don't know. I try and watch Supernatural. What? I watch it sometimes. It's kind of one of my ones that I watch while I'm working, because I don't have to pay super attention to it. But I'm also watching Heartland, and then I'm getting ready to start the Behind Her Eyes show. Have you seen that one yet?
Nope, I haven't heard of it.
I don't know if it's on Canada Netflix or not.
Oh, I have to
It's called Behind Her Eyes. I think it's like a psychological thriller drama. Like, I don't know. It's this new one that's got really good reviews. And then I'm also watching This Is Us, Good Trouble, New Amsterdam, Grey's Anatomy. I'm forgetting some. I have like 10 shows that I'm watching all the time. Sometimes I have to make a list. And James is like, how do you, and I'm watching, all the Married at First Sight, Australia, 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days.
There's another one that you mentioned yesterday.
90 Day Fiance. Last night we were watching Married at First Sight, Australia. And then we've also watched 90 Day. We also finished the episode of 90 Day Fiance that I had fallen asleep during. And then tonight is a new episode of Married at First Sight, America. And so the Australia one is like nuts. I didn't watch last season's. We only have access to 2 seasons, and there's like 7 seasons total, I guess. But it only came available to America like last year. And so we haven't watched last year's, but after this season, I'm like, I want to go watch last year's. It's so much drama. And they have like, the America one has like 5 couples, and this one has like, I think they have like 10 couples or something. It was crazy. There's like a lot of couples, and it's really crazy so far. I mean, and the couples are like, they have the most they get the most dramatic personality people ever on the Australia one. It's nuts. So, yeah. Have you watched The Married at First Sight before?
I don't think so. Like, from what you're describing, it sounds a lot like Love is Blind, the show that was like, super popular, like early 2020.
Watched that one. James and I just watched that one. We just finished Love is Blind.
Yeah, I watched it like maybe a month or two ago. Before Christmas. I watched it before Christmas.
That one was pretty good. This one is like, it's basically the same thing, but they don't date before they get married at the altar, or like they meet at the altar. Like they haven't talked, the experts match them. Experts, they're crappy experts, but production is crappy. Someone's crappy. Now it's just all about the drama. They put the most like this season, they have someone that's afraid of commitment, and she likes to party and go out with her friends all the time, and she's scared of divorce, and she likes to sleep over on her guy friends' couches at night.
And so, she went to that show.
And she's married to a 30-something-year-old divorced pilot who doesn't like to drink, and he wants a stable like life and everything. And I'm like, so you pair the divorced person with the person who's terrified of divorce, and then you pair like I don't know, and he's like, he doesn't drink, she's like partying all the time, and he doesn't like partying, he doesn't like drinking, and she's just like the pairs are just like crazy. Like it's nuts, but it's so much fun. Like,
so you're telling me, I love it, that they are getting married and they have never ever talked to each other, not seen each other.
They meet at the altar. So they like go walk up to the altar and they meet, and then they get married, and then they so they marry at the altar, and then they have like their reception with their friends and family, and then they have like, I think they sometimes they have like a day or two where they like go meet the other people's family, and they like talk to the other family members and stuff. They like switch and they go by themselves to the other person's family and like go to dinner with them or something, which would be so awkward. And then they go on their honeymoon. So then they go on a honeymoon, and like this year they got totally screwed out of it, because normally they go to like you know, the Caribbean and Mexico and these like all-inclusive resort places. This year they got to go to Mandalay Bay in Vegas. Ooh, and I was like, because exciting. Of COVID.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, oh yeah, you go Mandalay Bay. Let me go to Vegas.
Like, I would find it exciting because I've never been there, but I'm not American.
I'd be like, I'm off the show. I just wanted to go on and get a really cool paid for honeymoon to this place. But yeah, so then they move in together. They get a fully furnished apartment, kind of like Love is Blind gets an apartment, right? Like they give them the apartment. So it's kind of like that. So there's some things that are similar, but they don't get to meet them first. So
even the concept of Love is Blind, I get the idea, but the fact that you have not seen a person, and like, you know, I have problems with being touched by people. I don't like being touched by strangers. So imagine, okay, I would never like subscribe to be on this show ever. You would pay me, I would not go. But just imagine like you're getting married to someone you've never met, you've never talked to, and you're like, you're supposed to do stuff together. No, I don't think so. Not gonna happen. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
It's crazy. Like it's definitely an interesting one. Like it's fun. It's me and James's guilty pleasure that we watch. Like, yeah. And I'm glad he watches it with me, because I don't know, we work with the kids all day and we're just like burned out all the time. Yeah, and sure. So at home at night, we're just like, let's watch crap TV that like watch someone else's drama unfold. And last season though, if you look up on Instagram, I'll have to give you their Instagram, Woody and Amani. They're like the cutest couple on Married at First Sight, and they are adorable together. And he was like so extra and stylish in his fancy shoes and his like crazy like style, and she just rolls with it, and she was just so easy going with him. And they just kind of clicked, and they're like the cutest couple. And like their Instagram, they have a YouTube channel together now, and they're just like, they're super cute. There were a couple cute couples last season that were like, that are pretty adorable. Two of them I think have Instagram or YouTube channels now, and like they're really fun. So there were a couple that have been like awesome matches, and then other ones are just like total flops. So
yeah, I bet it's a miracle that one couple got lucky.
I know, they're like, there's been like 11 seasons, and I think there's like what did they, are there 11 seasons? I don't know. And there's like 9 couples together. Like, I don't know how many couples there are still together. There's like maybe 10 couples, and I'm like, And everyone's like, I went on this show because I trust in the experts and I know it works. And I'm like, they have like a 1 in 5 success rate.
The only show like that actually works is in Quebec. We have a show, I'll translate it roughly, but it's Love is in the Field. So it's farm people who don't have the time to, go out on dates because they are taking care of their farms. And so they bring like 5 candidates of the opposite gender, and then like they have a speed date with all 5 of them, and then they choose 3. The 3 come spend a week on the farm, and at the end of this week they have to choose, no, they have to go visit the 3 candidates family, or the 2, I don't remember. They're like season 10, and they have the highest rate of couples that stay together. It's actually surprising when they don't.
That's crazy.
And it's adorable.
So it can work sometimes.
It can work. But yeah, probably not the concept of Married at First Sight. It's like nightmare material for me.
Have you seen Temptation Island?
Never heard of it.
So James and I only watched an episode, but I've heard of people like Married at First Sight when they like to. That one is like couples that aren't sure if they want to get married are going to this island where there's all these singles where they're all going to go mingle and decide if they want to like stay with their partner or like keep playing the field or something. And it's like the dumbest concept ever. That's why it's called Temptation Island, because they're going to decide if they're going to like, yeah. And I'm like, this sounds ridiculous, because they're all like, we've been together 5 years, but we're just not sure, and like blah blah blah. And then they're gonna go on this. I'm like, probably the most like scripted crazy show, but it seems hilarious. And James and I are gonna watch that one. I'm gonna make him watch it. Yeah. We watched the one on Netflix that's, what was it called? It was like a dating show for Tinder addicts, basically. And so they were all like crazy one night stand people that are all like afraid of relationships, and they went on this island, and there was like a challenge where it was like a $10,000 prize money, and they lose money every time they like kiss or do anything, and so everything is worth different amount of money. And so it's like this whole like, that one was crazy. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like, I mean, the girls are in bikinis the whole time, the guys are shirtless the whole time. It's like this, like they're all these like Tinder addicts from like, a lot of them are Australia. There's some from like England and stuff. That one was really funny too, because it was just so stupid dramatic. I don't know. I could talk about reality TV shows all day long.
Yeah. We're supposed to be talking about parenting, and here we are like, you know what? My favorite TV show is.
I feel like this could be an episode on it. Yeah. So we could just talk about it.
When I don't have the kids, or when they're in school and I don't like this like silence in general because I'm alone at home, I put on Storage Hunters. I just hear the auction guy being like, I have no idea what he's saying, and it's just amazing, and it's so trashy. And I think I watched the 21 episode like 1,000 times. This is like my trashy TV, my comfort trashy TV.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. And it's also fascinating that people are making their, like, you can be like your own boss by buying units and selling the content. I would not have the patience to do that. And like, they make a lot of money. What am I doing with my life?
Right? I'm too lazy to even sell my own stuff in like a marketplace online.
Oh, okay.
But then I don't.
I have a little story for you that just happened on Marketplace. Why do I bother with Marketplace? I don't really sell stuff because I just put in the we have like a Salvation Army close to here. So I just put it in the bin, and like somebody is going to use it. But there were 3 pajamas from Liam I bought them new. So I thought, like, I could sell them for $5 a PJ, which is like not that bad. And these are pajamas. Like, we don't care about. They were okay. Like, so I sold the 3 of them for $15 to a girl. She picks them up and she messages me, "You could have told me that they were stained." And I'm like, what? They're PJs. Why would they be stained? And she takes a picture and I'm like, for real, girl, you paid $5 for the PJ. It's something he's going to wear to bed and take off when he gets up. So I was like, so she was still complaining. And I was like, I was petty this day. I could not handle the stupidity of this person. And I was like, if I refund you your $15, would you shut the fuck up? And that's all she wanted. And I was like, it's stupid. I went through the effort of putting it on Facebook Marketplace to just give them away. Yay! I
wonder if that's almost a thing she does.
Because she came here with like this huge new SUV. So it's like, really, lady? You really want to argue for a $5 pajama? She pissed me. I was mad for the rest of the day.
It's like, if you're that worried, why are you not buying like brand new PJs too?
Right?
Like, sorry, my 4-year-old didn't keep his PJs spick and span. Like,
who knew? And honestly, it's probably the PJ. Like, she didn't complain about the 2 others, but this one was the PJ he wore the most. It's like a t-shirt and shorts, but like, it's cold here. Stop wearing them. And he had a growth spurt. Is that the right word? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. He had that. So they were too small. So I was like, yeah, I'll just sell them. Because, I bought them 6 months ago. And yeah. Why do I even bother?
I would be like, my first thing in my mind would be like, was that stain actually there when I like sold it? Or was that like...
Yeah, I went back to see my photo that I posted. I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. But it's like...
But it was in the photo that you posted.
Yep.
So I would have just been like, look, it's in the photo. Obviously, you didn't look close enough in photos.
Yeah. And it's not like you have the option of saying like, it's brand new, it's used, but it's good, it's used, but it's like new. And I think I put like used fair because my son really wore them a lot. But like, who cares? They're gonna wear them to go to bed. You won't even see it. And it's not because I didn't care. It's because I legitimately didn't notice. Because I take the clothes, I wash them, put them in the dryer, fold them, put them back, in the drawer. I don't care about what they look. These are PJs. And it was $15. Why do you complain about that? But yeah.
It's a lot of effort to do. And it's just, everyone always tries to like shoot you down on the prices and everything. And I'm just like, I want the cash for some of my stuff, but I also don't know if I want to go through the effort.
Exactly.
So I'm like, is it worth the effort? Probably not.
Probably not.
And then you have to go find a place to meet up because I don't trust people to come to my house, especially when we got robbed this summer. So I'm like, nope.
Yeah, you're right.
Don't come to my house. We'll go meet outside the school or something. So
shit, I didn't think about that. Because I was like, it's COVID. Just send me Interact transfer and I'll hang the bag out of my door. But I live in an apartment building, so like if someone tries to break in, I will scream. Somebody around will hear me. Should hear me.
There you go. Yeah, it's not like they know where just you live. So
yeah.
It's crazy.
Exactly. Okay, maybe we should start.
We should.